Okay, so what we're trying to get to today is how the government is structured and then why it's structured that way. So we're going to start off looking at 6 principles of the Constitution, and then you'll do an activity to practice your understanding of those principles. Then after that, we're going to look at the Madisonian system after James Madison. And so he is sort of the architect of the Constitution. So when our question is how is the government structured, we're going to look at his architecture. So additionally, the Federalist Papers really defend that structure, that would be an effective structure. So the how and the why for our government structure and Madison's ideas in structuring it that way. Okay, so before thinking about how it's built, let's think about the goals. What do we want from government? So we want a government that can prevent anybody, any party, any group from becoming too powerful, or any branch from becoming too powerful. So we want to prevent tyranny, and we want to limit tyranny so as to protect freedom. When we think about freedom versus order, we want both, but they are mutually exclusive. So the more order that your government imposes means it has more laws and you are less free. So thinking about Lockean principles, we want to protect freedom as much as possible, but have a government that can protect your natural rights. We also want a government that makes good decisions. So something where what comes out of the government is good policy, policy that's been fully deliberated, debated, and thought through. And we do want the people to have control or have access to the government, because if we think of Lockean ideas about the social contract requires the consent of the governed. So how are we going to get all of those? Those all together, parts of them might look almost sort of exclusive from one another. So for example, how are we going to give the people control, but also make sure that the people don't have too much control? Because when we think of tyranny, we're worried about tyranny from a person, a party, a group, a branch, and even the mob. Oops. There we go. The U.S. government. So technically we are a democratic republic. The democratic part, demos meaning people, cracy or cratic form of government. We want our government to have these principles, but technically our government is a republic with democratic principles. So democratic meaning the people control it, but the way it's going to be set up is we control it through our representatives. So republic, R-E-P, rep, and it means that we have representation. So we don't get to vote directly on a law, but we vote for the people who will then decide the laws for us. And this is a good time to make sure that we have an understanding. The two political parties, the Democrats, the Republicans, those parties are not exactly correlating to this. So how you'll know the difference is if the word democratic is written with a capital D, we're talking about the democratic ideas of the Democratic Party, or a Democrat would be a capital with a capital D. And if we're talking about the political party, the Republican political party, it'd be with a capital R. So I don't want you to think that Republicans favor this kind of government and oppose that, or Democrats favor this kind of government and oppose that. They're just wonderful sounding names that the parties have adopted. Okay, so now getting to the principles, and the principles are going to actually resume at the next video.